High above, its first stage engine ignites, turning night into day and propelling it towards the edge of space. From a distance, it's a terrible and beautiful display, a man-made constellation rising from the sea. A signal using the lowest of frequencies begins to permeate the very crust of the planet. The sequence repeats. The second launch tube opens, preparing to send another Sentinel on its way. A force of unimaginable power, born from the silent depths, rises to reclaim the sky.
What is this, an unusual thermal signature?
Center, I have multiple high-intensity signatures. I need secondary confirmation now.
Initiate the Skyfall protocol, immediately.
The silent alarm spreads. An electronic cascade begins, alerting the highest levels of command. Oblivious. On a submerged vessel, the rhythm of a routine day is undisturbed.
Maintain depth and radio silence. We are in a sensitive area.
Give me the raw data. No speculation.
Inside the Situation Room, the abstract threat becomes a terrifying map, with trajectories arcing across continents.
Vampire! Vampire! We have confirmed inbound trajectories. Match with NORAD data.
We must respond immediately. Launch everything we have.
Hold on. If this is a mistake, the consequences are irreversible.
The clock itself becomes a character in the drama, each second that falls away closing another door of possibility.
I need to contact our allies. Right now.
Sir, there is no response from the hotline.
High above the clouds, the B-2 Spirit bomber, a ghost in the sky, receives new coordinates for a holding pattern. Across the heartland, concrete lids begin to slide away from deep silos, revealing the sentinels within. Miles below the ocean's surface, a lone officer walks past 24 sealed hatches, each a promise of overwhelming force. In his private quarters, the submarine's captain contemplates the immense responsibility vested in his command. At the Pentagon's Naval Operations Center, global assets are repositioned, a chess game on a planetary scale. On the deck of an aircraft carrier, the elite F-35C fighters are armed and ready, their pilots awaiting the word.
Option Alpha, limited response. Option Bravo, full-scale retaliation.
The map on the screen is not just data. It represents millions of lives hanging in the balance. The final authorization codes are placed on the table. A simple book containing the power to remake the world. A slight tremor in the hand that reaches for the book reveals the humanity behind the immense power. The decision is made. A hush falls over the room as the leader's eyes show
Prepare
a
to
grim
execute
resolve.
option.
Order received. Prepare to broadcast the EAM signal.
A signal using the lowest of frequencies begins to permeate the very crust of the planet. It's a message that can travel through rock and water, a whisper intended for only one type of recipient. A communications buoy, tethered to the hidden submarine, receives the faint but unmistakable transmission.
Captain, we have an emergency action message. All hands to battle stations.
The call to action stations echoes through the vessel. The crew moves with a silent, practiced efficiency.
Status?
EAM received. Awaiting your validation, sir.
Following strict protocol, 2 separate safes are opened, revealing the validation codes held in their trust.
First character, match. Second character, match.
The entire code matches. The order is valid.
They are soldiers, but they are also human.
Prepare launch sequence. Unlock the system. Coordinates received. Uploading to guidance system.
On the main display, a series of lights turn from amber to green. The system reports it is ready to proceed.
Reed, are you ready?
I am ready, sir.
They each produce a key. This is the final human interface in a long and complex chain of command. With a single synchronized action, they commit to a path with no return. A computerized voice announces the sequence is now automated and irreversible. The die is cast. On the submarine's outer hull, the massive cap of the first launch tube begins to retract. A burst of high-pressure gas ejects the multi-ton asset from its silo with immense force. The projectile breaches the ocean surface, shedding a cloak of water and ice as it soars into the Arctic air. High above, its first stage engine ignites, turning night into day and propelling it towards the edge of space. The sequence repeats. The second launch tube opens, preparing to send another Sentinel on its way. A second pillar of light joins the first, a testament to the vessel's incredible capability. From a distance, it's a terrible and beautiful display, a man-made constellation rising from the sea.
All systems are nominal. 8 assets have left the platform.
The last of the designated assets leaves its silo, completing the primary mission of this U.S. Navy boomer. Reaching the apex of its journey in the cold vacuum of space, the asset prepares for its final stage. The payload shroud separates, releasing multiple independent vehicles, each with its own designated path. They begin their descent, a shower of falling stars, each one guided by an unyielding and precise logic. In the submarine's quiet interior, the captain reflects on the order he has just carried out.
We did what we had to do.
I know.
The original threats, the ghosts on the screen that started it all, vanish one by one as they reach their targets. And then, a flash of light so bright it momentarily whites out all satellite surveillance feeds. Astronauts witness the unthinkable, sporadic, brilliant blossoms of light on the dark side of the planet. A wave of electromagnetic energy radiates outwards, painting the upper atmosphere with an eerie artificial aurora. The lights flicker and go out in the situation room. The global power grid has become unstable. Its mission complete, the USS Wyoming seals its launch tubes and begins its descent into the abyssal plain. The Silent Hunter disappears back into the crushing dark, its location once again becoming a mystery. From orbit, the Earth looks wounded. The clear lines of cities at night are now smudged and chaotic. The discipline and training of the U.S. Navy's silent service were tested, and they did not falter. A new world map begins to form, defined not by borders, but by areas that have fallen completely silent. The simple sound of a pen dropping to the floor echoes in the cavernous silence of the once bustling command center.
Initiate Operation Cold Dawn.
Humanitarian support is the #1 priority.
In the aftermath, a different kind of mission begins, led by the U.S. Navy's floating beacons of hope, the hospital ships. A young sailor on the submarine stares at a sonar screen, now showing nothing but the empty, open ocean. The view from the heavens is now a somber one, a silent testament to the fragility of civilization. A single tear floats in zero gravity, a microcosm of the sorrow felt across the globe. The sun rises on a new day, but the world it illuminates has been forever changed. The old headlines, once so important, are now just meaningless paper, scattered by the wind. The captain stands alone, the weight of his actions a permanent part of his command.
The ship is their home, their weapon, and their tomb.
The submarine continues its patrol, a ghost in the machine, a guardian of a new and uncertain peace. In the final confrontation, the very concept of victory becomes a meaningless word. It was a strategy of holding the world hostage to ensure its own safety. A precarious balance that prevented the ultimate conflict for decades. It was a system designed to work perfectly, and its greatest tragedy was the day it finally did. These incredible machines, the apex of naval engineering, continue their silent watch beneath the waves. They carry a potential that is both a shield and a sword for the nations that command them. The rooms where the decisions were made now stand empty, monuments to a moment in time. The red phone, a symbol of ultimate power and communication, now represents a final, unanswered call. The planet continues to turn, indifferent to the struggles of those who inhabit it. The story ends, but the questions it raises will linger long after the screen fades to black. The simulation is over. The events were hypothetical. The technology, however, is very real. In a world forever altered by such an exchange, can there truly be any winner? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And subscribe for more simulations that explore our world's most critical questions.